Hello friends, welcome to my channel Pathology Master. Myself Dr. Parth Goswami, and today I will teach you a top 25 images of the cell injury chapter. This is the very important chapter from the general pathology. And guys, so you can understand that this lecture is exclusive for the UG and PG students and those who are preparing for the competitive exams. So guys, nowadays the future the examiners will ask you a more case and image based MCQs because the trend is going to be changed. They want to assess your clinical knowledge as well as pathological knowledge, so they want to do the clinical pathological correlation, and so that it is very necessary to understand the all images from the every chapter of pathology books. So guys, first of all, we will start with the first image. So in this is the gross and microscopic image of this abnormal area, and this is the section from the kidney. So guys, here you can see that this structure is absolutely normal, and here there is some pathology. So guys, here you can see the glomerulus. So obviously it is the histopathological image of kidney, and these all are the tubules, proximal and distal convoluted tubules. Now guys, if you observe carefully, then you can see that on the left side here you will have the nucleus. Here nucleus are present, but in this particular diagram you can see that nucleus is absent. Follow this arrow. Here the nucleus is not seen in the tubule, right? You cannot see the nucleus. So the first important finding is no nucleus. All right. Now the second important finding is the staining is deeply eosinophilic. So guys, these two important finding is suggestive of necrosis, particularly coagulative necrosis. In this coagulative necrosis, guys, you will see only the outline of tubules. Here you can see only outlines. So we can say that these are the ghost cells. They are the ghost cells. So these all are the ghost cells, and these ghost cells are characteristic of coagulative necrosis. So this is the normal area, and here you will have the coagulative necrosis. And guys, this coagulative necrosis is because of ischemia, and whenever the particular organ is getting less blood supply, there will be infarction. Because of ischemia you develop a coagulative necrosis, is known by the name infarction. So grossly here you can see the wedge shaped solid infarcted area. So this is the first image. It can be asked as an MCQ. And this coagulative necrosis is classically seen in solid organ like that of kidney, spleen, kidney, heart, and the spleen. Alright. Alright. So guys, now we will see the second image. This is the gross diagram of the brain. So here is the pathology, obviously. This is the pathological area. So can you tell me what is this abnormal area? Yes, you can see the liquefaction in this area. This is the liquefied area of the brain, and the liquefaction is seen in liquefactive necrosis, and that is because of action of hydrolytic enzymes. This liquefaction is because of hydrolytic enzymes of the lysozyme. So you might have questioned that why hydrolytic enzyme doing the liquefaction in the brain only, because this liquefactive necrosis is seen only in the brain. Then why? Because the brain is highly rich in the hydrolytic enzymes. So this liquefactive necrosis is characteristically seen in the brain area. So this area is of liquefactive necrosis, and the brain doesn't have stromal support as well. So because of these two reasons, in the brain you will see the liquefactive necrosis. It is also known by its another name, that is colliquative necrosis. Alright guys, now we will see the third image. So this is the diagram of the omentum. you can see the fatty area. These all are fatty area. Sorry. Alright. These all are the fatty areas. And in between this yellow fat, this is the yellow fat. In between the fat, you can see this whitest area. You can see the whitest area in between the yellow area. So this whitest area is the pathological, and this is the example of fatty necrosis. Why it is fatty necrosis? Because guys, the organs that are rich in fat, the enzymes, particularly lipase, this fatty necrosis is seen when this lipase enzyme is increased, like that in pancreatic pathology or because of some another pathology. If lipase enzyme is increased, then they will do the breakdown of the fat in the fatty organ, and because of fat breakdown, you will release the fatty acid. Because of lipase action, the lipid will break into the fatty acid, and this fatty acid will bind with the calcium to form such chalky white deposits. So these chalky white deposits are characteristic of fatty necrosis. So this is the diagram of fatty necrosis. Very important MCQ. It can also be seen in the breast area because it is also rich in fat. Alright. Now the fourth image. This is again the image of one of the type of necrosis. Here you can see a cheesy area. This is the image of the lung. And whenever the consolidation is seen in the lung, whenever there is a large necrotic area, you have to think about the tuberculosis. So this is the diagram of caseous necrosis. This cheesy appearance grossly. Because of this cheesy appearance in the lung, the name given as an caseous necrosis. So this is the example of caseous necrosis, and it is characteristically seen in the tuberculosis. It can also be seen in some of the fungal infections like that of histoplasmosis or coccidiomycosis. So here is the abnormal area. These all are cheesy necrosis, and it's an example of caseous necrosis. Alright. If you observe the structure microscopically, then you can see the well-formed granuloma. You can have caseous necrosis, epithelioid cell, giant cell, fibrosis, and the lymphocytes. So it can be seen microscopically, but this is a gross diagram. Alright. We will see the microscopic image in the inflammation chapter. Alright. Now fifth image. Alright. Here you can see these red dots. So obviously because of this area you can assume that it is a blood vessel. This is a blood vessel. Here is the intima, then there is a media and adventitia. So guys, in this particular diagram you can see a pink material deposition in the tunica media of the vessel. So whenever such pink material deposition is seen in the vessel, it is an example of, it is a pathological lesion of fibrinoid necrosis. It is a fibrinoid necrosis. Don't forget that. It's a fibrinoid necrosis, and it's characteristically seen in vasculitis, the vessel inflammation, and it can be seen in malignant hypertension. Particularly it can be seen in the kidney, and this is the pathology of blood vessel. It can sometimes also be seen in malignant hypertension involving the placenta. So pregnancy induced hypertension in the PIH in the placenta, sometimes such fibrinoid necrosis can be seen. And this is the abnormal area, this pink material deposition. Alright. Now sixth image. Here you can see the two abnormal structure. You have to identify these two structure. So guys, in this two cell, you can see that the cytoplasm is deeply eosinophilic, and you have the darkly stained nucleus. So two important features are chromatin condensation and this cytoplasmic eosinophilic cytoplasm, and the cell shrinkage is also observed. So it is the example of apoptosis. So these two cells are apoptotic bodies. So this image is of apoptosis. So sometimes apoptotic body can be asked as an image based MCQ. Sometimes you might be given the case like that of patient is having raised SGPT, patient is having jaundice, right? So it is suggestive toward hepatitis, and in the hepatitis, and they may put such image and they will ask you for the diagnosis. So two hints are that raised SGPT suggestive of viral hepatitis, and here you will have such apoptotic bodies. So it can be asked as an MCQ. So this is the, it can be seen in the viral hepatitis as well. That's why I am telling you that case can be given as an viral hepatitis. And in the viral hepatitis, such apoptotic body is known by the another name. In the hepatitis, such apoptotic body is known by the name Councilman bodies. So that is the another name of apoptosis when you have the viral hepatitis. So in the liver, if apoptosis is seen, the name is Councilman body. Alright. This is the seventh image and it's a most important image. Here you can see, guys, a clear cells, a cells having clear cytoplasm. So it could be macrovesicle or fatty cyst. So this is because of intracellular fat accumulation. Now you might have question, guys, that why here the fat is not stained yellow colored? Because, guys, the fat is lost during histopathological processing. That's why you cannot see the yellow color of the fat, and it can be and it's stained as in white color. You can apply certain special stain to confirm it as a lipid if you have the doubt, like that of special stain for fat are oil red O, and you can do Sudan black B. So these two special stain can be applied if you have the doubt in identifying the fat. So this is the image of fatty liver. Alright. Now 8 MCQ, very important MCQ, guys, and it's a very easy MCQ as well. The abnormal area are these brown colored pigments. You can see that these pigments are brown, granular, and it is perinuclear. So guys, whenever you observe the perinuclear, whenever you observe a perinuclear cytoplasmic brown granular pigment, then obviously it is a lipofuscin pigment. And such lipofuscin pigment is seen because of old age. In the old age individual in the myocardium, such pigments can be seen. It can be seen in the cancer patient as well, and sometimes it can be seen because of less nutrition. In the malnutrition also it can be seen. It's a wear and tear pigment, guys. So it's an example of intracellular accumulation of lipofuscin. So this is the abnormal area. You can see that the nuclear pigments are perinuclear cytoplasmic. So this is the very easy MCQ showing you a lipochrome or lipofuscin pigment in the heart. Alright. 9th MCQ. This is the agarose gel electrophoresis patterns. Now guys, here you can see that the area is smear type. Here you observe a smearing pattern. The pattern is smeared, while here you can observe that the pattern is in the form of step ladder. Here you can observe a step ladder pattern in the electrophoresis. So whenever the step ladder pattern is seen, it's an example of apoptosis. Usually it is seen in the apoptosis, while such smearing pattern If you observe the blood smear, you take the drop of blood on the slides and you prepare the smear, then it exactly look like this way. So that's why the name given as in smear pattern, and here you can see the step ladder pattern. That's why the step ladder pattern name is given. This smearing pattern is seen in the necrosis. So guys, smearing is suggestive of necrosis and step ladder pattern is suggestive of apoptosis. Alright. 10th MCQ. Identify the pigment. So here is the pigment in the basal layer. You know very well that skin is having the 5 layers and lowermost layer is known by the name stratum basale. So in the stratum basale you can see these brown black pigments. These all pigments are melanin pigment. So this is the MCQ of melanin pigment accumulation. And if you have the doubt in identifying the melanin pigment, then you can do one special stain, that is Fontana Mason stain. That special stain can be applied in which melanin will be stained as in black colored. So this is the diagram showing you the melanin pigment.